Well, Mark Robinson, back-to-back victories for Wimbledon for the first time this season. How important is that?
Yeah, well, obviously wins are important, Chris, and yeah, going back to back. You know, it's not the fact we haven't gone back to back. Just winning again was so important. So, no, really pleased, and we got to do it again and again. You know, that's what we got to do.
What pleased you most about this performance against Ipswich?
I think the last two performances, you know, where we are, it's not like we went 1-0 up and then looked nervous or tried to protect. You know, the best way to protect is to stay on the front foot, and I thought we did that on Saturday against Accrington once we, you know, went 2-3-1 up, and we did it again tonight. There was a few. I thought when they went down to 10, they possibly caused us more problems than they should have, but you know, they're a good side. But that was the thing, that we tried to stay on the front foot and we kept trying to take the game to them, and I think, you know, we've had 22 attempts, so you know that was key and that was pleasing.
There was only one change tonight with Paul Calabi coming back into the fold, but
yeah,
that was quite a display considering he hadn't started since January.
No, it's fantastic, and full credit. You know, obviously Paul, he's yet to put the hard work in, but full credit to the medical team, to Tim, Katie and Chris and all the medical staff and the fitness staff. You know, for him to do 90 minutes, I mean, he's only played one under 23 games where I think he did 60 minutes. Obviously the tempo of this game would be far higher. So for him to come through 90 minutes and look as strong, you know, credit to Paul, but absolutely credit to the backroom staff. Is fantastic.
Does it also show what a real talent he is as well, because he's still only 21, isn't he?
Yeah, and I think people forget that. I think they forget that with a lot of the players, you know, and he was excellent, and there's so much more to come from him, 100%.
Does it make you really proud that he was alongside Will Nightingale and also Jack Rudoni and Maya Bassal, Academy products?
I'll be honest, Chris, I don't think about it. You know, you put players in because you want to win football matches. You know, it's never my thought process on playing him because he's an academy lad. Obviously, when you say it now, yeah, it's fantastic. But that's not in my thinking. You play players because you want to win football matches. And, you know, I got asked that question about Ayub. You know, I played him because I believe he can affect a game. The fact that we've got 4 academy products, and I guess Paul soon making it 5, that's just great for the club, and it's great for the academy, and it's great for the young players at the academy, because obviously they can see a pathway, and hopefully, you know, they can see in the way we're playing as well that it's something they can identify with.
Ayub did everything but score tonight, didn't he? But his overall performance was, you know, effectively as good as the other day, wasn't it? Yeah,
he's bright, isn't he? And he'd be really disappointed he hadn't scored. I think he had 2 chances within the same chance, didn't he? So yeah, he makes things happen. You know, that is exactly what he does. He makes things happen, and you know, and that's why he's in the side, because I knew that he can affect football matches.
In terms of tactics, it felt like Ipswich would provide a sort of similar challenge to Fleetwood a couple of weeks ago, real solid at the back. How did you think you could counteract that before the game?
Well, we knew they'd be solid, so we knew we had to cash them out. You know, when we won the ball, we had to play forward as quickly as we could and run forward and then play forward. I didn't think we actually did that well enough the first 10 minutes. We kind of got back into old habits a little bit of, we found our first pass, but it was backwards instead of forwards, and you can't always play forward, but you need to play forward and run forward as quick as possible. So that was the thing. We knew they were very solid once they got back into their shape, and they hadn't conceded many goals, so we had to play forward quickly, and that's what we did. I think if you look at the lead up to the second goal, you know, we played forward very, very quickly, and then a great cross and a great finish. So that was the key. But at the same time, we knew they broke out their shape very well. So we need to make sure our shape behind the ball was good. And you know, that was possibly one thing, especially when they went to 10 men, we could have done a little bit better. But you know, I'm probably picking holes.
Perhaps elements from Saturday and tonight's victory that you would love to see at Plough Lane, packed crowd in the future, elements of those performances.
Yeah, and you know, and I said it on Saturday, Chris, we're longing to build that attachment with the fans, you know, and you know, and there's lots of things the players are doing that you wouldn't see, that you will know off the pitch. You know, they're volunteering now off their own back to go and help with the Dons Local Action Group, and you know, we're dying from the fans to be. And I actually thought that then when Longy went and did that press, and he pressed again and went in the keeper, and I was thinking, wow, you know, if the crowd were here now, that would be the sort of thing they'd love and they can identify with. So, you know, hopefully the ones who are watching, they saw things that they can identify with and they're excited. But you know, fundamentally, it's 2 games and it's 6 points. It's great, but we've got to be relentless, and we have to be ready to go again Saturday and Tuesday.
We can't really leave out Will Nightingale for a special mention. His first goal for Wimbledon in 3 years,
Yeah.
but it was his contribution at both ends, really, wasn't it?
Chris, I think, you know, people will think I'm biased because obviously I've known Will since he was 9, and it's not biased at all. I just think he's an exceptional young man, and I think he was literally foot perfect tonight. I can't remember him doing anything wrong. You know, he's playing on his left-hand side, and you know, when I asked him, can he play on his left, he said, of course I will, he'd do anything. And I just think he's you know, I think he's been labelled a little bit at this football club, and people forget how good he is and how effective he is. And as I said, I think he was foot perfect tonight. I'm so pleased for him. He's got his goal, and he's been so influential in what we've done. And you know, and he's just a very, very good human being, and a very, very good footballer.
Great to hear from you, Robbo, as always. Cheers.
Cheers, Chris.